Hey there, hey there, hey there. I have some music I want you to hear. I hope it plays. Here we go. Welcome, 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 everyone. I just wanted you to hear my exotic sound. I love the way that particular song sounds. I have no idea who is the author of it. So we have a little noise in the background. I'm quite sure you won't notice it. Just imagine yourself driving down the freeway and you have other people on that road with you. That's all. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the evening drive home with NJ Evans, and I am your host. Now, this is a bonus video, and there is a reason for that because somebody said to me, they did. You did this and you didn't do that, and blah, 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 blah. And I said, you want to know something? You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. There were so many things that happened, but that happens in a live show. As a matter of fact, I wanted to share something with you. Now, you're going to hear the paper moving in a couple of minutes because I have a couple of quick notes to make sure that I don't stray too far from my point. I wanted to share something with you. I was a audio engineer, a lead audio engineer in Sacramento, California. And this particular day, we had an interesting event that was taking place. Number one, I was only supposed to be the engineer on that subject that day. But the host decided that she wasn't going to be there. So now I was moved up to, I was going to be the host as well as the engineer. Now, understand something. Yes, I do have a license to be an audio engineer, and I happen to have been their lead engineer. But the broadcast engineer was there as well. Now, we do two different things. I work the board, I know the board. He goes out and climbs the towers. I do not climb towers. No, 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 no. Anyway, and so he was there as well because we were transitioning from one station to another, from one set of call letters to another set of call letters. And one of the decks went down. So that lets you know how dated this was. And there was only one deck, and we had so many things that we had to do with this one deck. Now, you're talking about an opportunity for error. There were many, many, many opportunities for error. And this was the first time I was running the show because usually I'm sitting back kind of listening and playing the commercials, PSA, really easy, easy job. Decent money, easy, easy job. All right. And this time I was sitting right in the pilot seat, right there. And guess what? We went all the way through. The commercials came in on time. The live spots came in on time that I had to read, as well as I had to compile and stack up all the music that was necessary for each one of the segments. I ran that for about 2, 3 hours, almost the entire shift. And it was a country music station. And that was quite interesting as well, especially being from the East Coast. So I just wanted you to know that yes, you have an opportunity. You do have an opportunity to come in there, and either you're going to do well or you're going to do very bad, very, very bad in a live scenario. And sometimes you actually go blank. You'll actually go blank in the middle of a sentence, or your voice will try and cut out like mine is doing right now. Excuse me. We've been playing this voice game for the last 2 months. Anyhow, back to the story. So I just wanted to give you that as a takeaway. No matter what happens, you have to stay professional. You have to stay focused to the best of your ability. And you have to act like nothing is bothering you. And when it was all said and done, I want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, I was the only female in that room of maybe about 5 men. And I was the only woman of color that was in that room. And I was also the lead engineer because I was the licensed person in there. So I say all that to say, yeah, sometimes you got it and sometimes you don't. And when you don't, you just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and you start all over again. So, live, yes, there will be errors, but you can't panic. You have to breathe. You have to breathe. You have to be confident. And if you did your research, your confidence is going to be there automatically. All right. You have to listen to the hints. There are going to be things that you're going to see, hear, feel, know, and understand while you're going through this live scenario. So, this is for public speakers. This is for CEOs. This is for anybody in a leadership position. This is for a manager. If you are sitting in that position where you're going to be conducting the class or you're going to be conducting that particular meeting, go for it. Don't worry. Somebody wants to make a mistake. That's okay. If you make a mistake, so what? You're human. You're going to do it again. And the more you do it, the better you become. And always use critical thinking. Always think, 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 and then execute. You must be decisive and you must act. So, in essence, that's all I wanted to say to you. Just remember now, this was back in the 90s. Yeah, 90s, early 90s. So back in the 90s, and here I am, female, at this country music station as their lead engineer. And let me tell you, I was not going to fall. And that's what I expect of each and every one of you. And I don't care if you're in cybersecurity. I don't care if you're in the media. I don't care if you're in public relations. I don't care if you're floating down the street in a what they call it, float boats, for the carnivals. You do what you're there to do, and you do it to the best of your ability. You make yourself proud, and then everybody else will be as well. So remember to create the reality that you truly do desire, not one that you don't. Meaning, focus. Focus, focus, focus. Focus on what you want as the end result, not what you think other people want you to do, be, and see. Okay? I'm NJ Evans. You know how to reach me. And you can also, if you like, you can also tell your friends about this particular video. It's been a pleasure as usual. Create the reality you truly do desire, not one that you don't. Thoughts are words. Watch yourself. Very important right now. And I believe in you. Ciao.